the meeting to order. I don't have the capacity to call the board meeting to order. I'm going to turn it over to the general counsel since he's secretary to the board. So I want to welcome our board. Welcome back to TSU. And welcome back to your campus, to your university. Your willingness to serve is just a gift to TSU. It's a gift to the students who are our lifeblood. It's a gift to the faculty and staff who are on the front lines of imparting knowledge to and support to our students. It's a gift to our alums who so proudly embrace our great institution. It's a gift to the community who support TSU. And so everybody should have a TSU. Everybody should have a TSU they can come back to and love and adore. So we're so happy that you are here. So we look forward to working together during this historical moment of achievements at TSU that many have referred to as the golden era of our university. So together we're going to achieve the greatest TSU that's possible. So again, welcome to TSU. I would like to take a moment before we turn to you, General Counsel, to call is to introduce the cabinet members. Ask you to stand, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. And our deans and directors, will you stand? Okay, thank you. All right, so the board can see you. We had asked our student leaders, thank you, to come, Mr. and Ms. TSU and SGA president and vice president, but you probably saw them out on the lawn. They had Greek Day today. They had a picnic and they were having a good time, celebrating the end of the semester. So if they do come, perhaps we'll take a moment to introduce them at that time. Again, welcome everybody, and let's get started. General Counsel.
Good afternoon, everyone. In working through the agenda, I've talked with a few about working through the agenda up through the point in time of the election of the board chair, and then turn it over to the board chair. So the next item on the agenda is the board introduction and opening remarks. So I'm thinking we could start here and work around for general opening comments and introductions by the trustees.
Good afternoon. I'm Trevia Chapman. Excited to have the opportunity to work with you all. That's all I have to say for now.
Good afternoon. I'm Jeffrey Norfleet, and I am glad to be here and glad to work and be a part of this board. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Marquita Qualls, and honored to come back. We think, we work, and now we're ready to serve.
I am Terica Smith, and I am also excited for this work that we are about to do. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Charles Trauber. I'm also excited for this opportunity and look forward to working with everyone.
Good afternoon, I'm Dwayne Tucker. I'm a 1980 graduate of the Tennessee State University.
I'm Kevin Williams, and I'm a 1982 graduate of Tennessee State University. Proud alum.
Artencia Young-Siegler. I am an alum of Tennessee State University as well, and I'm honored to serve as the faculty trustee.
Thank you, everyone. We're going to do now is call roll. I did want to find out, do we have Trustee Winton on the call?
Hi there. Hi, everyone. I am on the call. I just want to say hello, and I hate that I can't be there with you, but excited to serve with all the rest of you and looking forward to what we're going to do.
Thank you. What I will do now is call the roll of the trustees, and if you just signify present when I call your name. Trustee Chapman?
Present.
Trustee Norfleet?
Present.
Trustee Qualls?
Present.
Trustee Young-Siegler?
Present.
Trustee Smith?
Present.
Trustee Trauber?
Present.
Trustee Tucker?
Present.
Trustee Williams?
Present.
And Trustee Winton?
Present.
Okay, we have a quorum present. The next item is the adoption of the agenda. You have in your materials the items for the agenda. So I would put to the floor then a motion for the adoption of the agenda.
A motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll second.
Second. Questions on the motion to adopt the agenda? We will do, because we have a person participating electronically under the open meetings law, we will do a roll call vote on each one of these items. So, on the adoption of the agenda, Trustee Chapman.
Yay.
Trustee Norfleet.
Yes.
Trustee Qualls.
Yes.
Trustee Young-Ziegler.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Torbar.
Yes.
Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
And Trustee Winton.
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries. The next item is the adoption of the board bylaws. You have in your materials the bylaws that have been put forward at this point in time for sort of the continuity with the opportunity option for the board to modify the bylaws at any time it deems appropriate. So we have on there then for the adoption of the board bylaws, do we have a motion?
Move to adopt the bylaws.
Second.
The question on the floor is the adoption of the board bylaws. Call a roll call on this as well. Trustee Chapman?
Yay.
Trustee Norfleet?
Yes.
Trustee Qualls?
Yes.
Trustee Young-Ziegler?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Torbar?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Winton?
Yes.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the election of board chair. As included in your materials, the board chair pursuant to the Focus Act as well as the board bylaws, the chair is elected to serve a 2-year term. It must be elected by a majority vote of the board of those present and voting. I will take, at this point in time, nominations for the board chair, and then we will go through votes depending on the number of nominees to achieve a majority and then reduce it from there. So, do I have any nominations for the board chair?
I would like to nominate Trustee Winton as the board chair.
Okay. Trustee Winton. Any other nominations?
I would like to nominate Kevin Williams.
Okay, Trustee Williams. Any other nominations? Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll first start.
Yeah, I'm going to disqualify myself as a nominee for the board chair.
Okay, so the only nomination we have on the floor is for Trustee Winton as the board chair. What I would do is call a roll call vote to see if we have a majority on that. Trustee Chapman.
Yes.
Trustee Norfleet.
Yes.
Trustee Qualls.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Trustee Torbar.
Yes.
Trustee Tucker.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
And Trustee Winton.
Yes.
Okay. So, Trustee Winton.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Trustee Young-Ziegler.
Yes.
So that is unanimous vote for Trustee Winton to serve as the board chair. Trustee Winton, the next, or if you would like, we can either go with moving that and do the same thing for the vice chair, or if you'd like to proceed now with respect to the opening up nominations for the board vice chair.
Well, let's be productive and open up the nominations for the position of vice chair, please.
Okay.
I'd like to nominate Charles Trauber for the position of vice chair.
Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Dwayne Tucker as vice chair.
We have Trustee Trober and Trustee Tucker. Any other nominations? Okay. So we would start with a vote with respect to Trustee Trober and then move with respect to a vote for Trustee Tucker if both are accepting the nomination. Okay. So let's first start with Trustee Trober for board vice chair. Trustee Chapman?
Yes.
Trustee Norfleet?
Yes.
Trustee Qualls?
Trauber.
Trober?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Trober?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Young-Sigler?
Yes.
Okay. We will then proceed with, we'd still need to proceed with Trustee Tucker to determine if there's a majority there, because we're not going on the most votes. It is through that. So unless we wanted to end that. Okay, so let's go forward with Trustee Chapman,
No.
Trustee Norfleet,
No.
Trustee Qualls,
No.
Trustee Smith,
No.
Trustee Trober,
No.
Trustee Tucker,
No.
Trustee Williams,
No.
Trustee Young-Sigler.
No.
Okay, so we have by a majority vote of the trustees, then the board vice chair being Trustee Trober. Trustee Winton, did you want to then continue with through the agenda?
Yes, please. Let's go to the next item, which is the adoption of the board policy 001 through 006. I'll take a motion to approve, please.
I make a motion we adopt the board policies as presented 001 through 006.
Second.
Could you take the vote count, please?
Okay. Trustee Chapman,
Yes.
Trustee Norfleet,
Yes.
Trustee Qualls,
Yes.
Trustee Young-Sigler,
Yes.
Trustee Smith,
Yes.
Trustee Trober,
Yes.
Trustee Tucker,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Yes.
and Trustee Winton.
Yes.
Okay. We have 9 ayes.
Okay, the next item is the approval for the process for the board appointment of the student trustee. And at this time, I take any questions if anyone has any. If no questions, then please take the roll.
Actually, we need to go with a motion on the floor.
So moved.
Second.
We'll do a roll call vote. Trustee Chapman,
Yes.
Trustee Norfleet,
Yes.
Trustee Qualls,
Yes.
Trustee Young-Sigler,
Yes.
Trustee Smith,
Yes.
Trustee Trober,
Yes.
Trustee Tucker,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Yes.
Trustee Winton.
Yes.
Again, 9 ayes.
Okay, well, the next item is the adoption of the board meeting calendar for the remaining portion of the year. I'm sorry, was there a question?
No.
Okay, so the dates are June 13th, 2024, September 19th, 2024, and November 21st, 2024. And if those dates are acceptable for the rest of the board, I take a motion to approve, please.
bear in mind that beyond the first date, that there's always the option for the board to adjust the calendar as we move forward in the year.
I'll make the motion we accept with the room to adjust as needed
Second.
for the first meeting. For the first meeting. Can we make an adjustment for the first meeting?
Well, I think what we do is at the June meeting, then
can
we
make
could,
adjustments at
we
those
could,
meetings. Yes, sir.
the board could approve some different dates, if that's what appropriate. Okay.
You need to accept it for the whole,
So right now, we'd approve it as is.
and then.
And then in the event that there was going to need to be a change, that could occur at the June meeting.
That's a question. If there are concerns about the June meeting, can we have a discussion related to that?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you would need to have that discussion now.
I do know I already have a conflict that day, but that's,
I have a conflict on that date as well.
I will also have a conflict. I'll be traveling that day.
So one of the things you can think about in terms of the meeting is either one, moving it today, or two, there's always electronic participation if you're able to do that for that meeting, or three, try to develop a new date right now.
And let's have a discussion about another date for June.
would we like to stay consistent with the Thursday day?
My preference is actually Friday. We want to have that discussion as a board.
So you're saying June 14th? That's Friday.
Or I'm open for discussion around a Friday in June.
I'm available the following Thursday or Friday, the 20th and 21st.
I'm not available.
What is everyone's availability for June the 28th?
I'm available on the 28th.
I am also.
I'm available.
I am.
I'm not available on June 28th.
It's a challenge for me, too.
I am not available on this meeting.
So no day is going to be perfect, to your point. So we should, if we know that the majority of us are not available on the 13th, we just need to select a date. Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, if I might, one thing to consider is that the TSU NAA National Convention is the following week, and not sure how many of us will be here or attending that, but if we can somehow coordinate with that particular meeting, it may be a good compromise.
What's the date?
The 21st, that week?
I will be here.
It's the week of the 17th.
17th through the 22nd, so a week.
Did we look to see if June 7th was available?
I'm available that day.
I'm available on the 7th.
I'm available.
I'm available on the 7th.
7th works.
Would you be
The
able to
7th
attend?
does not
I'm
work. but I
available
will
on
dial
June
in.
7th.
I'll dial in. Yes.
You would be available to dial in?
I will be available on a dial in, yes.
So I make a motion that we move the June meeting to June 7th.
So
Second.
I guess what we could do is move for the approval of the board meeting calendar as amended from June 13th to June 7th.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
We'll call the roll. Trustee Chapman?
Yes.
Trustee Norfleet?
Yes.
Trustee Qualls?
Yes.
Trustee Young-Sigler?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Trauber?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Winton?
Yes.
That motion carries.
Well, certainly with that exercise, I think we're all clear that we are very busy individuals, but we figured out a way to make it work. And so what I am hoping as we think about my closing remarks is that we consider and think about all the time the motto of Tennessee State University, which is think, work, and serve. And so long as we're serving our students, and which is evidenced just in a very small way by the fact that everyone showed up the way that you have today, and appreciate the time to ensure that we are being trusted with what these students need from us, and that's making sure that this university strives in a way that people have not seen in quite some time. So looking forward to working with each and every one of you. Are there any other comments or anything else before we adjourn today?
The students. Madam Chair, if I may,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to introduce our student leaders. I'd like to ask if Dean Frank Stevenson will come forth and present our student leaders. He's Vice President of Student Affairs and Dean of Students.
Good afternoon.
Sounds great.
Good afternoon. So we have both our currently serving SGA leaders and the newly elected SGA leaders who will serve for the 24-25 academic school year all here, and they just wanted to come and welcome you all and tell you how excited they are to have you serving in this capacity. So I want to introduce our SGA president and the rest of his cabinet and both teams to come at this time.
They just got
Thank you so much. Before I begin, I would like to thank you, Dean Stevenson and Assistant Dean Crystal Powell Roach, for everything you guys have done for the student leaders at Tennessee State University. Without further ado, I am Darrell Taylor. I'm currently a senior. 7 days. I'm currently a senior studying business administration with a focus in management. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I currently serve as the Student Government Association president. I'm very, very excited for this new era of Tennessee State University, but we will leave you guys with a charge because each student on this campus holds our university near and dear to our heart. So we ask that you are attentive to the student body, you are engaged with the student body, you're engaged with the university president, and you really lead the charge to elevating our institution into the greatest. Well, we already are the greatest, but continuing that train for us to be the greatest institution in our country. So I would like to welcome you all to our institution. This is a beautiful place. Welcome home. Some of you are already, I think all of you are alumni, right? So I love it. I love it. So welcome back home. And we are so excited to work alongside of you. Even after the current leaders, they're going to introduce yourselves. Even after we graduate, we're going to be very, very hands-on and very, very supportive of this new board. So thank you so much for everything.
We introduce everybody else and just let them raise their hand.
Okay.
Introduce others.
So we have our current Miss Tennessee State University, Miss Victoria McCray.
Mm-hmm.
We have our current Mr. Tennessee State University, Mr. Davin Latiker. We have our current Student Government Association Vice President and newly elected Student Government President, Ms. Kashonda Okwin. We have our newly elected Mr. Tennessee State University, Mr. Chandler Cotton. We have our newly elected Miss Tennessee State University, Ms. Chandler Holt. And we have our newly elected Student Government Association Executive Vice President, Ms. Anaya Joy.
We might want to add that our SGA.
So we're leaving you with a token. So I'm going to come around and pass you a TSU pen. You will see a lot of students on campus with their TSU pens, wearing them really, really proudly when we are in our business professional. Oh, and excuse our attire. We are coming from a Greek picnic, so this is everybody's first day out. Most of us are in our neo season, so we are fresh on the yard, and we just wanted to engage campus with the rest of the DNOT organizations.
Very much. I was going to tell you that our Vice President Krishanda was Vice President this school year, 23-24 school year, and she was she was promoted to be elected as President of SGA for this year. So that's good.
Thank you.
I see you, Africa.
Thank you all very much. Okay, thank you.
Did everybody go?
Thank you. We can ask you. Everybody can't talk. We just want you to.
Yeah, I did want to speak. Again, I'm Krishonda O'Quinn, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm a business administration major, concentrating in marketing with a minor in mathematics. As Darrell said, I'm the current SGA Executive Vice President, and I am the current SGA President-elect. And I'm really grateful to be in this position. I'm grateful and honored and looking forward to working with you all. And as President Taylor said, we will charge you all to be very present with the student body so they understand who you are and your role within the university, that you care about the main stakeholders of this university, which are them. The current top four and the future top four, we're just very grateful that you all are here, and we're hoping that you all are attentive with the student body and their needs and wants. So thank you all for being here. And
Thank you. Thank you, Dean Stevenson. Thank you, students. All right. Madam Chair, could I also recognize, did he leave? I thought I saw Representative Harold Love. Oh, Representative Harold Love is in attendance here. Thank you. Okay. That's all I had. Thank you. Dr. Melton, you sent a text message. Dr. Melton was saying something.
Hello, Board. Robbie Melton.
She's a provost.
Interim provost. Life is good. Just to recognize, on June the 7th, we have a national summit here at Tennessee State University on AI with over 15 companies coming in. We are the national hub, but it's on the 7th, so I might have to come in and out, but just to let you know, and again, life is good.
Okay. Thank you. We can't change the meeting date.
thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for allowing me a moment.
Absolutely. Thank you all. Is there anything else that we need to add to the agenda today? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second. We'll call the roll. Trustee Chapman?
Yes.
Trustee Norfleet?
Yes.
Trustee Qualls?
Yes.
Trustee Young-Seegler?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Trober?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
And Trustee Winton?
Yes.
Are we adjourned then?